Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. There are three levels to participation in the festivals of the Ahlul Kitab, the Jews and the Christians, and each of these levels has its own rulings. Oftentimes, people lump these issues together and they declare everything to be haram, despite that there are no clear-cut evidences that can be cited to declare it all haram. The first level of participation is congratulating the Ahlul Kitab, the Jews and the Christians, on the occasion of their festivals. Now, there are two types of ceremonies or festivals that the Ahlul Kitab have. One is the religious festivals, and then the other are the social festivals. So it is permitted for us as Muslims to congratulate our non-Muslim friends among the Jews and Christians on the occasions of their wedding ceremonies, their naming ceremonies, graduation ceremonies, and other social festivals. As for their religious festivals, it is not permitted for us to congratulate them on these occasions, especially because these festivals violate the very basic of the belief of the Muslims. So let's take Christmas in perspective. Christmas simply means the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, who is considered to be the Son of God according to many Christians. So congratulating them on this occasion simply means congratulation on the occasion of the birth of Jesus, the Son of God. So this clearly contradicts the verse of the Quran, Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad. Allah says, I did not beget, nor was I begotten. So congratulating them on the occasion of what they consider was the birth of the Son of God is a violation of this basic code of lam yalid wa lam yulad. So this is one. Second thing is also that congratulating them on this occasion is more or less like accepting that truly God, wal-iyadhu billah, actually had a child on this day, or that this day is the day that has been chosen by the followers of this religion to celebrate the birth of God's Son. So, and this is the view of the scholars of Islam, that it is not permitted to congratulate the Ahlul Kitab on the occasion of their religious festivals, because the religious festivals are part and parcel of the fundamentals of the religion. So we do not congratulate them on this occasion. We do not exchange congratulatory messages with them. We do not buy them congratulatory cards, among other things. So the Muslims should steer clear of this. This is the first layer. The second layer of participation is presenting gifts to them on the occasion of their festival. The scholars of Islam also mentioned that it is not permitted to send gifts to the non-Muslims, Jews and Christians, on the occasion of their religious festivals. They consider it to be a very grievous sin. And it is mentioned in so many books of the classical jurists, for instance, in At-Taj al-Iqlil, which is a major book in the Maliki fiqh. It is mentioned that وَكَرِهَ ابْنُ قَاسِمْ أَنْ يُهُدَى لِلنَّصْرَانِ فِي عِيدِهِ مُكَافَأَةً لَهُ. Ibn al-Qasim, one of the pioneer students of Imam Malik, detests that one presents gifts to the Christian on the day of his Eid. On the day of his Eid, it is detested to present gifts to them. This is found in At-Taj al-Iqlil, volume 4, page 319. It is one of the major books of the Malikiyah. So it is not permitted to present gifts to them on this occasion, just as we do not send them congratulatory messages. It is also mentioned in Al-Iqna', which is a book in the Hanabila madhab, that وَيُحْرَمُ شُهُودُ عِيدِ الْيَهُودِ وَالنَّصَارَى وَبَيْعُهُ لَهُمْ فِيهِ وَمُهَادَاتُهُمْ لِعِيدِهِمْ. So it is not permitted to witness or participate physically in the religious celebrations of the Jews and the Christians, or to specifically sell items to them on that day, especially ones that would aid the celebration of that occasion. وَمُهَادَاتُهُمْ لِعِيدِهِمْ, as well as sending gifts to them on the occasion of their religious festivals. This is also the view of the Hanabila madhab. It is also expressed by Ibn Taymiyyah in Iqtidai Sirat al-Mustaqim, among other books. Also in Tabyin al-Haqa'iq, which is one of the compendia of the Hanafi madhab. It is also mentioned that وَالْإِعْطَى بِاسْمِ النَّيْرُوزِ وَالْمَهْرَجَانِ لَا يَجُوزُ, giving gifts to the Jews and the Christians with the name of their celebration of Nairuz and Maharajan is not permitted. It is not permitted. So we can say that the vast majority of the scholars of Islam do not deem it permissible to send gifts to the non-Muslims on the occasion of their religious festivals. Now the third layer, I've mentioned the congratulatory, sending congratulatory messages to them. It's not permitted. It's an affirmation of their religious festivals. Then I've also mentioned sending gifts to them. This is also not permitted because of the same reason. And the third is accepting gifts from them on this occasion. Now, in my video yesterday, I mentioned some of the athar that have been reported by some of the companions of Prophet ﷺ, including our mother Aisha, anha, and some other companions, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Ubadah ibn As-Samit. There's also an athar from Al-I'rbad ibn Sariya, but the athar is da'if. But all other ones that I mentioned yesterday have been authenticated by the scholars. So this athar indicates that the companions, some of them, do not have any issue with accepting the food and gifts of the Ahlul Kitab on the day of their occasion. And this opinion is further divided into two. The first is the general permissibility of accepting whatever was gifted to us based on the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permitted us to consume the food of the Ahlul Kitab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Al-yawma uhilla lakum at-tayyibat wa ta'amu alladhina utul kitab hillun lakum. The food of the Ahlul Kitab is permitted for you. There is no exception to this rule according to some of the ulama. Then the second opinion is that it is permitted to accept their gifts and eat their food, but whatever animal was slaughtered for this occasion should not be accepted because it is considered to be either ma uhilla lighayri llahi bihi aw ma lam yuzkar ismu llahi alayhi, what has been sacrificed for other than Allah, or what has been slaughtered without the mentioning of the name of Allah. Now, some of the scholars also do not have issues with this because they exempt the food of the Jews and the Christians from the general prohibition of consuming ma lam yuzkar ismu llahi alayhi aw ma uhilla lighayri llahi bihi. So exempted the food of the Ahlul Kitab based on the general implication of wa ta'amul ladhina utul kitab hillun lakum wa ta'amukum hillun lahum. So these are the two opinions concerning this matter. Shaykh Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala, while commenting on Iqtida Sirat al-Mustaqim, and I read this yesterday, mentioned that the opinion that Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah has expressed in his book permitting the general consumption of the food of the Ahlul Kitab and the ones that they prepare on the day of the Eid and accepting their view and accepting their gift. He said, هذا غريب من الشيخ. This is a strange opinion from the Sheikh. لأن قبول هديتهم في أعيادهم, because accepting their gifts on the days of their festivals, تشعر بأنه رضا في أعيادهم, indicates that one is pleased with their festivals and one is okay with it. And so this is the opinion that many people take to haramize accepting gifts of the Ahlul Kitab on the days of their festival. So for me, and this is what I practice personally, I do not accept the gifts of the Ahlul Kitab on their festivals, not their foods, not their fruits, not their whatever gift that was meant for that occasion. I do not. But on a general note, I accept their food, I eat their food, I attend their programs, weddings, naming ceremonies, among other things, because I have a duty to invite them to Islam and to show them the beauty of Islam through my character. But it is not haram, once again, and I'm mentioning this, that it is not haram, because when you say something is haram, you are saying that whoever does it shall be punished by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the definition of haram. Al-haram ma yu'aqabu fa'iluhu. Whoever does it shall be punished. It is not haram. to accept the gift of the Ahlul Kitab on this occasion, because we have seen the views of some of the companions, some of the earliest tabi'un, the tabi'in, their followers, up to Ibn Taymiyyah, his student Ibn al-Qayyim, rahimahullah, and even Shaykh Uthaymeen, acknowledged this in his commentary when he said that لكن في آثار عن الصحابة, yes, indeed there are some athar that have been recorded from some of the Sahaba that they accepted the gifts, fruits of the Ahlul Kitab on the occasions of their festivals. But Sheikh give an excuse that probably they did that because the Muslims at the time were strong, and the Ahlul Kitab knew that the Muslims had authority over them and they would never be deceived by their gifts. But because we have people today who are da'aful iman, who are weak in iman, and may because of some of these gifts, may commit the offense of arukun ila alladhina zalamu, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says wala tarkanu ila alladhina zalamu. So some of them may even begin to have mudahana. They may begin to try to please the Jews and the Christians because of the gifts that they receive from them, the monetary gifts, the food items, the fruits, and some other things. So this is why it is best advised that one should avoid accepting such gifts on such occasions. But to either deny that none of the earlier scholars or the companions accepted, this is wrong. To also declare that it is haram, clearly this is also wrong. So we can advise our people that to show the strength of Islam, to show the strength of your iman, it is better you avoid it. But to begin to criminalize those who for one reason or the other may accept it is also very wrong. Wallahu ta'ala alam. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi.